What is going on, guys? Commodore Laz here today, bringing to you my live reaction to Hunter x Hunter manga chapter 361, titled Withdrawal. It's time to smile again, guys. I'm just so freaking happy the fact that we're getting Hunter x Hunter back. I know, myself included, we give Togashi a lot of flack, going on hiatuses after hiatuses, just because we want that greatness, but he just needs to get his health in check. Just relax, take your time to dish out the greatness, but for however long that Togashi is back, I want to try and do as much live reactions or just cover any content in regards to Hunter x Hunter until he goes back on his next hiatus. And I've always said to myself, when I was going to come back here on this channel back in January, I wanted to be able to cover some Hunter x Hunter. So with that being said, I want to jump into this chapter. It's been too damn long. It's been almost 365 days. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was June 30th was last time we got a chapter in 2016. Now we got to jump into it right now, guys. So let's go. And we see this beautiful, beautiful cover page right here. We see the king right here with all his kids. We see Queen Oito, and then we see Wobble, and then we see here Kurapika with the chains and everything. What does this text say? The boat is traveling into the sea of chaos. And I saw the volume cover for volume 34. Absolutely beautiful. I love that. I was thinking for a while, after looking at the cover, they could have done something crazy, kind of like how we saw with Jing and we saw with the cat in volume 32. They could have done something crazy where they had like a tarantula or a spider right next to Crollo's face if they weren't going to do Hisoka. But regardless, this cover looks nice. And I probably might have to make this one the thumbnail maybe, just to avoid any chance of spoiling somebody, because there's going to probably be like a beast like part in this chapter that I want to make the thumbnail. And going back, I forgot it's been so long, but does the bodyguard try to attack Kurapika? Kurapika pulling a Kanki saying, yo, I'm going to handle it. Let's go. The assassin's dagger attacks. Yo, he stops it. Oh, okay, he got him at his arm with the chain. It looks like he broke the knife too. Yo, and this man got hit with a body slam and the knife is going up. No, he didn't break the knife. Man got body slam. Bill, those three methods you mentioned earlier, we will need cited to withdraw from the succession battle. Carton was the one we really needed, being a conjurer type. He could transform into a boat or a vehicle that would be able to carry at the most 5 people. Though being a joint type, he would require the aura of other people. What is your type and ability? I was free, so it asked me a favor. Without exploit approval, I cannot just tell you what his ability is on my own. This is an emergency situation here. I'm asking you so I have information. I need to solve this as quickly as possible. Or was all that you said about ensuring the safety of the king and queen just a bunch of lies? Cyrid is an imitator type Nen user. Though his ability is probably closer to a manipulator's, he launches his Nen out in a ball and then is able to control any bugs that he captures with it. I see. That just may be of use. Yo, let's go. Wait, is that the judgment chain, is it? I want you to leave one out. Oh, so going back to his sensei. Leave one out. Why? I'm fully in favor of your idea of having chains on each of your fingers and assign different powers to each of them. But I just get the feeling that with those chains, you're trying to set up a situation where you can fight all on your own. And what's wrong with that? In a battle, then, the most important principle is that if your opponent has many on his side, then you must as well. Combining powers to attack and synergy between abilities far exceeds the strength of any individual's power. Well, I suppose once you actually fight, you'll know what I mean. But by then, it will already be too late, which is why I'm giving you this warning now. But it doesn't look like you'll accept it. So instead, I propose a compromise. If when you fight for real, you feel as though there's something you lack, then you should add an ability that will compensate for it. Are you sure this is what you want? I don't take you for the kind of person who would be satisfied even if they failed, as long as they were doing what they felt was right. You're more of the kind that would go over every single option to ensure they have selected the best one possible to achieve their goal, aren't you? You plan to go to war against a group of A-rank bounties, then cast your personal feelings aside and find yourself some allies. I'm fine with allies. You mean you're fine with collecting pawns you can just sacrifice when convenient. But that's not what I'm talking about. This is also something you'll only learn once you fight alongside allies. Indeed, it's all exactly as you said it would be. Progressing forward like this was hardly a simple task. But that's why I want the strength to fight on my own all the more. Though reality isn't all that simple. I was thinking back to all the gang and everything. Wobble. Steel chain. What? What in the world? I'm gonna borrow Sared's Nen ability temporarily. If I keep sucking out his aura with a syringe like this, I can even put him into a state identical to Zetsu. If the Nen beasts were up against the parasite types that require the aura of their host, then whatever that Nen beast put into Sared may also be a parasite type. In which case, if the aura it's feeding on disappears, then it should either exit his body or disappear altogether. And what if it doesn't leave? If hostile, evil Nen continues to assault him while he's in a state of Zetsu, then Saeed's mind and body would be destroyed. The safety of the queen and the royal heir are the utmost priority. If those worries and misgivings you're having should become a reality, then information we gain can be used to create more countermeasures against them. If I should be the next to die after this, that's how you must think as well, Bill. Of course, if you should be taken down by a different Nen beast, then I would do the same thing in order to gain new information. And what the hell is one of those parasite guys? What? Index finger. Emperor time, let's go. Equip stolen power. Isn't that like a dolphin? Equip complete. Analyzing. Stolen ability's name is Little Eye. The ability to control any small living beings caught in its ball-shaped Nen. However, does not include living beings conjured by Nen, so I can't use it to hijack the enemy's ability, and it's written as back window. That Nen beast just now has the power to control people using the keyword free. But if that requires the condition of being able to hear the voice of the Nen beast, then that ability won't work on the princes who aren't Nen users to begin with. Please search for an appropriate small living being to use retry on. Since the ability has been activated, as long as I'm not released, Emperor Time will be forced to continue. Emperor Time has been active for, I know, go on standby for a bit. Acknowledged. Bill, I think he should be alright now. Please tie Saeed to the chair. After I spoke with that huge stuffed animal looking thing, this other small one latched onto me and was just constantly asking me, are you free? Somehow it seemed only Nen users could see it. I tried telling it I'm not free, get lost, over and over, and it didn't do a damn thing. Until finally, as soon as I said that, I no longer had control over my own body. After that, where is the murderer? The Kaken army will be taking custody of and questioning him if you would hand him over. Kurapika. What's happening with my powers? They're still in here. And I'd like you to keep them and hang on to them as much as I would love to. As soon as I use them once, they automatically return to the original owner. I see. Then in that case, let me explain a little bit more about it. The largest creature that my power can control is about the size of a hamster. Even if that creature is in a different place from you, you will gain information that it sees it or hears. Being inconspicuous, you would think flies and mosquitoes would be good candidates, but they have many natural predators and often die to other bugs. Also, the one use you mentioned may also count a failure to capture something, so be careful. Even if I have trouble capturing quicker, more nimble creatures sometimes. Please make good use of it. Use it to find the real culprit. I don't think that we can possibly endure any more of this. We do not care if we're arrested by the military or even banished, but please make this stop. It's only been 2 hours since we left the port. You mean freaking how long now? A year, Togashi? You're gonna tell me it's only been 2 hours? Come on, man. It's been a year. Don't lie to me. And the 11 bodyguards are down to a mere 2. You were in the middle of your explanation, but for the remaining 2 methods, are they still going to be possible without Carton? Yes, but one of them is extremely difficult and requires the cooperation of Pariston. The other is even more difficult and requires the cooperation of Master Beyond. Presidential Area Section 12. Is Prince Momose's protection reality sufficient? Quit being so nosy. She's already got 6 bodyguards, that's plenty. I'll just end up scaring him all the more. I want to make sure he's calm and feels comfortable. Besides, Mariam's protection is more important than hers. Come here. Is that really okay? Can she hear you, Yohanzo? But what about our contract with Prince Momoza? It's fine. I only made the contract for Mara's anyways. Don't worry, I'll still pay you. So then, is it okay if we go? Of course. Momose can look after herself, right? Yes, mother. Don't worry about it. You guys can go relax in the room next door. I'll be fine. Thank you very much for your consideration, but this is our mission, so if you don't mind, I feel sorry for Mother and Mariyama. Is that so? Well, thank you for your hard work. People without even the capacity to be king. I haven't done anything today, but I feel totally pooped. I wonder what's wrong with me, having to go through that much hassle and worry. What about the prince's food? Nobody else is here. We're gonna have to make it. Who else? Whoa, you're amazing. Well, I've got a... Master Halkenberg, it is time to take your leave. Well then excuse me. I look forward to the next dinner party. Master Halkenberg, I'm just saying goodbye to my father. Excuse me. It appears my son has something to discuss in private, Huey. Well, we can discuss the investment another time. What is it, Huey? Whoa, so this is why it's called withdrawal. He's quitting? What? This is what? I'm withdrawing from the succession battle, and he was supposed to be one of the guys that wanted had a good chance of becoming king. I only participated in the ceremony to save face for you, father. I don't need a crown won through bloodshed. Yo, this is his Nen beast. Yo, it's like a cyclops with like the goat horns. Holy, yo, this actually looks scary. It's pretty scary. Yo, he's got like little legs and stuff in the back of the talons. Ho ho ho, do as you wish, Hui. A maelstrom. Does he want this or doesn't he? And that's the end of the chapter. So Halkenberg quits. Wow. I was not expecting that, because going back and reading the chapters and everything, you know, from Queen Oito said, like, if anyone was going to have a chance of the succession battle, he's going to have a good chance of winning it. But, again, they're going to use him to blackmail him afterwards to kind of, you know, take over afterwards. But that's crazy. So he's just quitting. But, like, I don't know. It's really goddamn weird. I mean, Togashi's always known for doing stuff like this. But regardless, that was a good chapter. I would say maybe, like, I might be rating it a little bit lower than most chapters I would with certain manga, but I would say this one maybe like a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, still a good chapter. It was really cool seeing the information we got to know from Kurapika's ability with the chains and stuff, and seeing steel chain and everything. But I don't know, it was still good. I just felt like there was so much talking, which of course it's with Togashi's work. You know, with Hunter x Hunter recently, there's a lot more dialogue than anything. You know, when it comes to the drawings. But regardless, though, still good chapter, solid chapter at the very least. Yeah, I probably have to go back and reread this again, you know, to kind of like, you know, let this soak in a little bit. But I mean, still a good chapter at the very least. 7.5 out of 10. You guys let me know your thoughts, of course, down in the comment section below. What you guys think? Hunter x Hunter finally back. Hopefully things start to pick up. You know, I remember last time, you know, when last year technically, when we got, you know, the stuff with the jar and everything, and then we got the Hisoka and Chrollo greatness. Hopefully we get something similar to that at least through this stretch run for Hunter x Hunter. You know, for however long it's gonna be. You know, 2 months, 3 months. 3 months is probably stretching it. So at least for the next 2 months that we have with this manga. But regardless, though, feels good to have Hunter x Hunter back. Togashi, welcome back. Hopefully you can bring some more greatness before we decide the part for Dragon Quest, the next game that's going to be coming out. But that's pretty much it, guys. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this week's chapter for Hunter x Hunter? And what do you guys predict to happen next week? I mean, it's going to be tough to predict because, you know, with Hunter x Hunter, anything can switch. I mean, we went from, like I just said before, with the jar, switching over to Chrollo and Hisoka. I mean, I don't think we're going to leave the boat anytime soon, but again, Togashi can do whatever he wants at this point, and he'll still find a way to at least, you know, capture like the reader's interest at the very minimum. So that's pretty much it, guys. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll catch you guys hopefully next week for more Hunter x Hunter. And until then, guys, I'll catch you guys next time. So, Commodore Laz signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.